In the heart of Ashwood, a quiet town in rural Ohio, where Friday night lights meant more than Sunday sermons, Coach Derek Hayes was a local hero. Head coach of Ashwood High's varsity basketball team, Hayes wasn't just a coach. He was a mentor, a father figure, a symbol of hope for young men with big dreams and limited options. But between 2013 and 2018, Ashwood High lost 5 players under mysterious, increasingly disturbing circumstances. Each death shook the community, and each time, the same question echoed louder. Why is this only happening to Coach Hayes' team? It started with DeAndre Hill, a 17-year-old point guard who collapsed after practice in 2013. Cause of death: an undiagnosed heart condition. Tragic, but not unheard of. A year later, Terrence Porter, a junior forward, was found dead in his room. Toxicology showed a cocktail of over-the-counter meds, likely for pain. Ruled accidental. But by the third death, Chris Weller, found drowned in a creek on a clear day with no signs of foul play, the town began to murmur. Local forums exploded. Parents whispered at PTA meetings. Still, police labeled it a string of unrelated tragedies, until death number 4. In 2017, Eli Torres, a star shooting guard with a scholarship to Kentucky, vanished after texting his mom he was staying late to talk with Coach Hayes. His body was discovered 3 days later in the woods, wrists bruised, mouth duct-taped, a faint trace of ketamine in his blood. This time, the press came calling. Authorities could no longer chalk it up to bad luck or medical flukes. A task force was formed, and for the first time, Coach Hayes was asked to step down. Digging into Hayes' background revealed what many refused to believe. His past wasn't squeaky clean. In 2001, while coaching in a nearby district, he was quietly let go after a player's suicide triggered a still-sealed internal inquiry. Rumors of inappropriate relationships, manipulation, and unorthodox team bonding practices had followed him, but never stuck. Hayes always charmed his way out. But now something was different. As investigators dug deeper, a pattern emerged. All the deceased players had shared one thing. They'd spent one-on-one mentoring time at Hayes' off-campus cabin, a property he never mentioned to school officials. The break came in March 2018. A former player, Jalen Price, who transferred schools after an incident with Coach Hayes, finally came forward. He told police about initiation rituals, late-night trips to the cabin, secret drinking, emotional manipulation, and in some cases, games that involved restraint and fear, all disguised as team building. Jalen claimed Hayes told players pain builds champions. A search warrant was issued. What they found in the cabin stunned even veteran officers. Handwritten notes, color-coded folders on each player, ropes, video equipment, and vials of sedatives, including ketamine. Authorities now believed that Hayes was conducting dangerous tests on his players under the guise of building mental toughness. But just as investigators prepared charges, a new suspect emerged. Coach's assistant, Kyle Brennan, a longtime friend and former Ashwood player. Forensics tied the ketamine to prescriptions under Brennan's name. He had a background in veterinary science. Surveillance placed him, not Hayes, near the woods the night Eli died. Under pressure, Brennan confessed, partially. He claimed he had helped Coach prepare the boys, and when Eli threatened to tell, Brennan panicked. Hayes, he said, never physically harmed anyone but knew everything. Hayes was arrested and charged with multiple counts of child endangerment, coercion, and contributing to the deaths by negligence and emotional abuse. Brennan was charged with second-degree murder. In court, parents wept as journals from the boys were read aloud. Entries detailing fear, confusion, and a need to earn Coach's respect. Hayes was sentenced to 22 years. Brennan received life. Ashwood never truly recovered. The gym was renamed. The cabin was burned down. And each year, the town holds a silent vigil for the boys. A scoreboard lit with their jersey numbers, forever frozen. In Ashwood, the silence after the buzzer now rings louder than any victory ever did. And while some still defend Coach Hayes, claiming he meant well, 5 grieving families know better, because sometimes the darkest plays don't happen on the court. but behind closed doors.